It's time for Bingo is Life.
We can barely contain ourselves.
Barely.
The podcast.
Barely.
By the way, that actor had his start down there at the theater down in Southwest Virginia. The Barter.
The guy who played Newman.
Yeah. Barter Theater. I'm Jay Zare.
Hey, all right.
Jay.
Joined by the Howdy Show brothers, Chris and Mike.
Hola.
Over to my left here, the hardest. No, she doesn't like that one.
No.
It's Mom Shackles.
Radio. Mom Shackles. Yeah.
But she is on the cover of a very fancy magazine. It's a gorgeous picture.
I got my picture on the
Oh,
cover
there it
of a
is. Shenandoah
locally
Living.
regional magazine
Cultivate.
with my coworkers.
Look at that.
So if you go to Food Lion, if I'm on the free rack at Food Lion, guys, finally, I have arrived.
You got there finally. Okay.
It's Shenandoah Living magazine. It's a local to-do thing, and Court Square Theater and the Arts Council of the Valley are on the cover. And if you look closely, it's funny. If you don't look too closely, it's just nice.
Oh, okay. Good.
That's awesome.
I like funny and nice.
We have some legit guests in the Silent Dave and
We
Silent
do.
Aaron
We
show.
do. I'm very excited about
Too
this one.
legit to quit.
So, what are you doing to get on Shenandoah Living, Jay?
What am I doing? I'm still working on my album that I've been working on since
Oh, that's right.
1986.
Oh, good.
Good. Keep it up, bud.
Keep it up, man.
Hey, I want to thank everybody who came out to bingo tonight.
Absolutely.
What a
there
nice
was
crowd.
couldn't find a seat.
I know. It was really sweet, though. They were having some fun,
Yeah.
which is always nice.
It was my first bingo experience, and I got to tell you, I'm exhausted.
Me too. I had to keep throwing the
That's
bingo
good.
cards across the table.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not going to win.
Which was a terribly advised behavior, considering he had been invited to sit amongst the cool kids at bingo.
Oh, right.
The bingo couple.
The couple?
The
bingo
couple.
Yeah.
The bingo power couple, let's just say.
We did their wedding. Is that the couple?
those
They had
guys.
an
We were
episode.
invited
Yeah.
to do a wedding, and we did this bingo couple's wedding. It was Connor and Hope.
There it is,
Fantastic.
Connor. and
Connor says that he's not allowed to do the paper airplane contest anymore because he always wins.
He's an
Yeah,
engineer.
that's true.
Like,
Wow.
It's true.
He told me-
Humble brag.
Humble brag.
He secretly tapes a penny inside each.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. For all you listeners out there,
Now you know
the
the
trick
secret.
is.
No. That was my plan.
Oh, I see.
I'm just projecting.
We've been playing this game for 8 years. You've never won bingo.
Hey, before we get to our guest,
Yes.
is there any shows you guys?
I believe you have
I got
one.
one. I got a blah
Yeah.
blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay, Brooke Ember
Yeah.
is doing an art opening this Friday night at Sagebird, and the Hot Mamas are playing from 6 to 7, and then around 8:30. The same space where all the art will be is going to turn into a legit.
All the air will be removed from the room.
Yes, and we're going to turn into a actual rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. My son
A scene.
and we play in a band called the Basement Rebellion, and we are playing at 8:30. And then after us is going to be a band called Scantron the Destroyer.
Yeah.
And there are a bunch of awesome guys who play surf rock.
Surf rock, yeah.
No lyrics, just amazing surf rock and roll. And then after that, there's a band called Darlington Pear, and they're from Stanton, and they're space rock, but they kind of have a superstar as their drummer. The drummer from Pavement,
That's
the
right.
band Pavement, is their drummer. So it's kind of a really wild evening, and it's free.
yeah.
Free.
That's just insane. So, anyways, I want to throw that out there. If you're looking
Hey.
for that free activity, hey,
You know what? There's a strange window in between the programming that you just mentioned.
Yes.
And I'm really excited about it.
Yes.
Because if the Hot Mamas end at 7,
Yes.
and you don't start till 8:30,
yes,
one could hop down the street real quick
easily.
and get to an improv show at 7:30. Maybe scoot out a little bit early, which is fine.
That might be what the cool people do right there.
Nothing
Yeah.
is, tangible or real, so you could just leave. That's only that's a $5 suggested donation, so ish free.
Ish.
Yeah. Ish.
My God, I didn't realize there was going to be that window. I'm so excited.
It's as if the universe itself decided to be cool.
Yeah.
Well, Harrisonburg did.
Wow. Wow.
Ladies
First
and-
Fridays.
First Fridays are cool. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce our wonderful guest.
Good. Yes.
I'm going to, this is I have so many brags here. I think I've known him for 20 years.
Oh,
This
humble
is-
brag one.
This is the if this is the Steel Wheels are celebrating their 20-year anniversary. I'm pretty sure I was playing in a band at the exact same time they started.
Oh, there.
And and that's when I got to know Eric. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Steel Wheels, Eric Brubaker. Everybody.
Thank
Welcome
you so much for having
aboard.
me.
Oh,
yeah.
man. No, thank you so much for being
and
here.
proud to have been on several of your projects as well over the years. Howdy.
Well, you know what? No, I was going to mention that too. So over COVID, I was trying to record some music, and I reached out to Eric on a hope and a prayer,
Right.
that he would record a violin part on a couple of my songs, and he did. And those are some of my favorites. So
Well,
Which
it's an
ones?
honor to do it, yeah.
Which ones is he on?
it's on a song called "Sing My Love to Sleep,"
Yeah.
which is like a lullaby song that I wrote, and then another one called "All of My Friends," which is a weird song, but he does. Check it out.
Yeah,
It's-
all of my friends.
Yeah. It's really fun. Now, what you did was cool. I mean,
Well, yeah, that was a time where, like in COVID, where all of a sudden, we have to set up home studios and record from home because we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And it was great to be able to do a couple of projects like that.
and you killed. I mean, killed. Well, the other thing too is like, yeah. I mean, and locally you're definitely famous, but I mean, your band is really taken off. I mean, the Steel Wheels have actually taken off. Like
We're an overnight success that took 20 years to get there.
There's a lot of stories that start that same way.
Right.
absolutely no, but you guys have kept together, and I guess is it so? Would it be just you and Trent, or like from the original trio? I guess.
Yeah. But J-Lap started pretty soon after we had
Yeah.
formed the first trio. And actually, Jay and Trent recorded together on Trent's solo album, which was 20 years ago.
Yeah, amazing.
Yep.
Now the AI will punish me, but I see Lap, Brubaker, so sort of a Anabaptist connection here, and the 500th anniversary of
We are in
Anabaptism.
Harrisonburg.
There it is.
Did you?
Thank you, Jay, for keeping us centered.
Were you at Eastern Mennonite?
Yeah. That's where Trent Wagler and I met. Sang in a choir and played bluegrass in barns, and
Right.
yeah, that's
Amazing.
Yeah,
So does that means you didn't grow up here, or you did grow up
I
here?
did. Yeah,
You did. Okay. Did you so you went to school right here?
I did. Yeah.
Were you
My-
a TA guy? No.
No, Eastern Mennonite.
Eastern
High
Mennonite
school.
High
Eastern
School.
My
Mennonite
dad.
High School.
Yeah,
Okay,
my dad
great.
was a tech ed teacher there for 33 years.
No way. That's fantastic.
Tech Ed. Rock on.
Absolutely. Yeah. No.
Did you know Conrad Wirt when you were?
Absolutely, yeah. Conrad is a wonderful artist. He performs under the name Possessed by Paul James, and creates just amazing music. But I grew up about the same era with him at EMU as well.
Yeah.
He's my cousin.
That's awesome.
Why is that funny?
It just
I
checks.
think the way you said it was
Yeah.
funny.
It was on brand.
Yeah.
It just,
I'm gonna tell an anecdote. Remember when they had the last Menno Folk Festival over there, and Conrad was playing somewhere, and I went specifically to see him, and there's like 10 people in the audience. About halfway through the show, Conrad starts, I'm just gonna do it, and he starts playing all these really songs that were inappropriate for the Menno.
Oh, nice.
He may have stretched the audience just
I
a
see.
bit.
Right.
They needed it, I think.
Let me take you to some places.
All right, let me shut up. Let's talk what we need.
Well, so of
wait, I want to know if he's related. If he knows anyone that I'm related to.
Are we?
I'm just kidding. Welcome to Genealogy Today. Jay and Months.
That was the New York Brubakers,
all right. So
not the
many.
Illinois Brubakers.
All right, so I did want to bring up a couple years ago, my wife was a teacher at the Red Wing Academy, and this year is the 10th year of the Red Wing Academy. What is the Red Wing Academy?
All right. Well, It is a 4-day string camp that takes place in the summer, and it culminates in performance at Red Wing Roots Music Festival. And so it's for kids age 5 through 18, and anybody with a little bit of string instrument experience can come and join us. And it's amazing. We had 130 kids last year, all singing Steel Wheels songs and playing traditional songs.
Yeah.
It's really grown over the years, starting from just 20 kids in a fiddle workshop in 2015, I think. So.
Amazing.
Is it BYO Fiddle?
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it is.
man.
But we have ways to find fiddles.
Okay.
Is it just fiddles? Do you have other?
Oh no, we started out as just fiddles, and now it's bass, cello, viola, but also banjo, guitar, mandolin, and we've built up quite a staff. Some wonderful teachers from the area and from beyond that are really great at teaching with kids.
Yeah. The staff is incredible.
What's the age range for the participants?
5 through 18. Well, kindergarten through high school.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jay.
Maybe
Only 60 years too late.
We've had some inquiries about adult classes as
Yeah,
well, and
yeah.
I think that's something we should do at some point. But it
It
hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. I'm trying to
That's
remember.
not a bad idea.
I'm trying to remember. I felt like I saw the list of teachers and thought, oh my gosh, there's some great musicians that are also teachers.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, which is super. I just think the whole thing is laid out so cool. If you're a local, it gives even local musicians an opportunity to teach. Is what it looked like to me.
Yeah. Our mission sort of is to bridge, because this area has some great strings programs, great classical music instruction, and so our goal is to kind of bridge the gap from that to more informal style, and then also give kids a chance to perform on a festival stage. So, we partner with a lot of area musicians, but then also some great teachers.
Now, I think most people that listen to this are going to know about Red Wing Music Festival.
I think so.
But for those who wouldn't, how would you describe it? How do you talk about it? What do you say about it?
Yeah, it's a family reunion with 5,000 of your closest friends. And,
that's good.
And some good roots music to go with it. Yeah, and that's been going since 2013 was our first year. The Steel Wheels are the host band, and we play every day. But then we invite amazing bands from all over the world, really, and it's become really a destination festival for a lot of musicians, bands, but then also just a great anchor to the Steel Wheels year, and a great time for folks to get together here in the Valley.
Oh, I call it Harrisonburg goes camping.
Yeah, this place is deserted when you guys.
Yeah. It's shocking how quiet. I mean, I remember it was like, hey, do you want to play a show? It was the weekend of Red Wing, and I was like, no. There's all the people who see shows in this town are camping.
right
now. There's no
Meanwhile,
point.
I'm back like holding down the fort at the theater, just like listening to tumbleweeds roll through and wondering how they got in.
Yeah.
They even keep the electricity on.
The whole town, just goes down. They roll up the sidewalks. Forget it.
I think I saw an email that they finalized the lineup for this year.
Yep.
Just came out just a couple days ago.
Yeah, don't quiz me on all the names.
Say them in alphabetical order, please.
I do have because you get to play and open or be on tour with lots of really other famous people. I'm kind of curious. Have you ever met anyone that you've been like, oof, that's a big one. That was somebody that I didn't expect to meet, or get to play with somebody you didn't expect to play with?
Well, man, this is kind of only tangentially related to what you're asking about.
Perfect. It does not matter. I love it. Bring it.
We used to go to this, and we sometimes still do. There's a music conference called Folk Alliance International, and it's kind of an odd thing. It's sort of a trade show for folk musicians and venues, and it's literally just in a hotel. So there's a few shows in hotel ballrooms, but then The rest of the showcases are just in literal hotel rooms. So they might shove the bed against the wall, and then you
Folk
get your
artists are so weird.
Yeah. And
We've made it, guys.
Oh,
We're in the
man.
hotel room.
But that was the first place I ever saw Sierra Farrell.
Oh, awesome.
And she has played at Red Wing Roots and is now a 4-time Grammy winner. So,
That's right. And she looked crazy.
Oh, so amazing.
Amazing. No, I'm amazing, but not your traditional Americana outfit.
No.
You know, I mean, she had kind of diamonds and glitter and just this whole thing. It was really awesome. The pictures.
Yep.
Very cool.
It is kind of interesting. I won't go into the whole story, but you might meet somebody and one person, you would be in awe of them because you know who they are, but you'd be with some other people that would have no idea who they were. And like, what's wrong with you? Why are you acting like this?
We all have our heroes, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true.
Somebody who would see you all from Steel Wheels and would just be like, does that ever happen to you? Do people ever?
One of our favorite times that we were sort of recognized was we were walking into a restaurant or something on tour, and bands tend to sort of start to look like each other. They kind of dress the same, maybe.
It's like people and their dogs.
Yeah. And somebody came up to us.
Sorry.
Well, we were walking past somebody, and they were like, "Hey, are you guys craft brewers?" And we puffed up our chest, and we just felt pretty good.
Yeah,
about
we
ourselves.
are.
We can make a mean IPA.
We roll
Yeah.
deep in the hops.
No, we're,
Have you heard about Brothers? Yeah.
what parts of the country are you popular in besides the Shenandoah Valley? Where would be your second strongest place?
Yeah, well, when we first started out, we did start out just a couple guys right out of college at EMU, and so we did have some Mennonite connections, and we would hit up some of the Menno hot spots.
Cool.
And we've really grown some great audiences, both from those early connections, but then more so now from festivals across the country. So there's a great festival called Merle Fest down in North Carolina, and we've really built a good following down there. Kansas, we go out to Kansas, and there's this crazy festival called Winfield Walnut Valley Festival that we play, and so we have a good crowd in there, and Midwest. So yeah, but we're heading down to Florida next week, and we'll be all over the place.
You ever get to Colorado?
Oh yeah, it's great spot. Front Range is great for music. So we try to get out there when we can.
You ever played Goshen, Indiana?
Yes.
Where did you play in Goshen, Indiana?
Oh, we've been there quite a few times.
What venue did you play?
Goshen Theater is a beautiful theater. Right
That's still there.
Oh yeah. Oh, and they renovated it. It's
Oh,
beautiful.
my gosh.
Yeah. But then last year we were in Goshen, and they had a big street fair that we played right out on the street.
They used to
Goshen.
cruise in Goshen.
Oh yeah.
That was a big cruising town. I saw the original Superman in Goshen.
With Christopher
went with
Reeve?
his
In the
cousin.
theater.
Yes, Christopher Reeves.
man.
Goshen.
He went with his cousin that you know.
And what do you think of Superman? The first one with Christopher Reeves.
It's pretty trippy, right?
Yes.
It's kind of
Yes.
It has like a 30-minute intro.
The Fortress of Solitude is like primo decoration,
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah.
goals.
So are you on tour between? Well, have you finished telling us everything we need to know about about the Academy? Because tell us about the connection with the shop downtown above the
Tiller
bicycle
Strings.
Yeah,
store.
Tiller Strings. Well, Megan Tiller runs Tiller Strings, and she's also the director of Red Wing Academy. So she really does just a ton of work to put together the curriculum and the staff, arrange all the music. And she is my daughter's teacher. My daughter Lydia is sitting right here with us. She's a violinist and is one of Megan's students. But yeah, so it's a venture with the Steel Wheels and Red Wing Festival and Tiller Strings.
I can't remember what event it was. But it was a downtown event, and you all performed out there behind the bike shop. It was really cool. Well, I think you were involved in that, right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
all the kids playing violin. It was really interesting.
Yeah, we've been trying to kind of get out and make our presence known. First Fridays are great for that. We've played. We've had kids from the academy play in several events. And right now, actually, you can see we're running a fundraiser just this year at Red Wing Academy. We have started a foundation, a nonprofit, to fund a scholarship fund. So
Great.
for kids that can't afford to make tuition, there's a scholarship. All they have to do is apply, and we're currently running our first fundraiser, and you can go see the items that are going to be raffled off at Oasis. It's an art gallery downtown Harrisonburg.
I will definitely put some links with the show notes.
What was that you said about the Patreon page?
Oh, that's something different.
but so you're raising money so that we can get some people who otherwise couldn't afford to go to the Red Wing Academy.
Yep.
And they can. So all the money that goes in the raffle is going to go to help these kids.
Yep.
That's amazing. That's
Yep.
perfect.
Yeah, we did start as a band. We started a Patreon page just recently. Actually, we during the pandemic, we started a subscription service where we were recording a lot of songs for people, and then we had a subscription service where people could get exclusive content, and we were just running that through our website, but now we've moved it over to Patreon, which is it's a great platform that a lot of bands are kind of using for more of a direct connection with their fans, because so many people stream music, and bands just don't make any money from that.
Right.
So
It's insane.
it's
Actually, if I could just
It really is.
speak to how insane it is. I have friends that have thousands and thousands of streams, and you think, well, you might be doing okay, and they're like, no, I get $1.
yeah.
And it's well, I mean, more than $1, but you know what I'm saying. It's you really to be a band, you have to do that, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, well, and I also heard recently, Lydia's her eyes are gonna roll because this is one of my high horses. The Spotify CEO is worth more than any musician in the history of music. And
Interesting.
you kind of wonder.
He's Swedish, isn't he? He's from
Yeah.
He's a Northern European guy.
Of course.
I mean, I guess it's funny though. I remember not too long ago.
Yeah. Like yesterday?
I loved going to the CD store. I love buying CDs.
Plan 9.
Yeah, I love that experience. But then I was so just overwhelmed by the iPod, and it was. And then once I learned about streaming, and then I'm like, well, sign me up. This is great. I never have to buy a CD again. But then you lose that. Go to a show and buy a CD from the band connection. That's just gone.
Yeah.
You also miss out on album art.
Oh yeah,
We love
art.
the album. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of devalued music in a way, and it's not just that, but the technology is like with my little hobby. I'm producing radio-ready songs, but there's no radio to. But it's anybody, anybody can do it in your basement. So
Right.
there's so much product out there.
Yeah.
It's not like in the old days you had to think really hard. What am I going to spend my $5 on? Is it going to be the Willie Nelson album or the Pink Floyd album? And now it's just so much. There's content everywhere.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting, there has been a real democratization of the music business, and there's a low barrier of entry for somebody that just wants to be creative and get their music out in the world. That's wonderful, but musicians really have to be creative about how they turn that into a career, and there are a lot of different paths to do that, but
it basically involves the way you monetize it is doing something that's not music.
Gotta have a shtick.
Connected to your bakery or your accounting firm or whatever.
Become a T-shirt salesman.
But people do. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
But people do complain about the music isn't as good as it was. But I don't think that's true. There is so much good music. There's
a lot
more
of great music. Yeah.
I mean, you could just go totally down different genre rabbit holes and find all kinds of fantastic things.
Yeah, and I love that. If you listen to music now, I feels like some of the genre walls are kind of dissipating and becoming thin, and somebody will just steal a little piece of this and a little piece of that, and make something new. And that's that's the folk process. We love that. And
Just
so
stealing wheels and putting them on new cars or something.
that's
Speaking of which, what would you? I'm just for the people listening. What genre would you peg the steel wheels in?
that's a good question.
What genre would you put the steel wheels in? We're gonna ask his daughter.
Yikes, that's hard.
I love that style.
I mean, they've honestly changed their answer like multiple times.
Right.
This is true. This is true.
Okay.
It is hard, and we have evolved over time too. We've evolved our sound. We started out as pretty much an acoustic string band, and then we've added a lot of different sounds, a lot of different influences over the years. So now we're going with folk rock.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of acoustic instruments in there, but then we've got a lot of new sounds. This is top secret. But we
Don't worry, we've got 40 people listening to this. Keep it amongst friends. Here we go.
we just finished recording. We just it's in the can, as they say. And it was an amazing process. We recorded here in Virginia, and we went in without having our songs arranged whatsoever. Trent had written a bunch of amazing songs. We picked out the ones that we thought would work, and we just got together. We would rehearse a song in the morning and record it by the evening, and mostly live in the same room. And so that really kind of gave it that sort of authenticity of
that's great.
warts and all sound.
I love that.
You
Neil
just
Young.
described every Chris Hadishell recording section.
Pretty
right
much, yeah. Well, no, Neil Young infamously.
Where'd you do that at? In an actual studio, or was it? Did you rent a space? Or?
Yeah. No, there's a studio that just came into the Valley. A guy named D. James Goodwin moved down from Woodstock and set up a nice studio called the Isocon. And
cool. It does sound cool.
So you were able to rehearse in that same space that you were going to record it later on in the day.
Yeah, and he's got a really interesting sort of process where he doesn't have a separate control room. A lot of studios, you go into a studio, you have the control room behind a big glass, and you're talking to each other through your headphones, and he doesn't have that. His console is right in the middle of the big room, and so everybody is just right there making music together, and if you want to stop and start again, you're just looking right over at the engineer, and it gives you a nice immediacy, and the mistakes that are there become part of the music, and it's and you roll with it. But yeah, it's a very little bit of a walking the tightrope kind of record making in it, and it leads to some I think some pretty inspired music.
Absolutely.
So.
I think there is a capture the moment feel. Now that's something about live music. Now this is another moment I'm just remembering. I was really happy that you were able to join us with the Rolling Stones tribute night, and you came out. No, we didn't practice. You
can't practice for Stones.
Yeah, you can't, exactly. You can't. But it all worked, and it was great, and it was fun.
Such a fun time.
And the energy that the musicians are experiencing just bleeds to the audience, and the audience just eats it up, and that to me is like those are my favorite concert experiences. Being in the audience or being on stage, when you can tell that the musicians are having fun.
Yeah.
And they're not. One of the things that has I don't know. I've seen enough music. And you can tell when someone
you've seen enough music.
You can tell when a
He's
band.
over.
I'm done.
You can tell when a band is just decided. I'm
just phoning it in.
I'm phoning it in.
Yeah.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I love, and often it happens to somebody who's been playing for 50 years. You see somebody and you're like, oof. Boy,
Well, and there's,
tough.
but it's a two-way street. There, the audiences have a huge, part in what a show is like. And the Stones show was amazing because they're
so receptive to
they're
it.
so receptive, singing along, what have
right.
you. And that has an effect even on a seasoned band, like our band. you go to some places, and now not to pick on Nashville, the music city, but you know, the people that go to a show in Nashville often will just stand there and watch the music, and you can tell they're taking it in, but you can tell they're maybe judging it just a little bit.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Thinking about
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah.
You want to make it Nashville?
What's,
You got to make me dance.
Well, you
At least on the inside.
You guys do not phone it in. I saw y'all at the Jefferson, and I thought that was a killer show.
Oh, thank you.
I saw, and what I appreciate about too is you guys, I brought my kids. My kids loved it. I mean, loved it, and it didn't feel, the people drinking and whatnot, and people are having a good time, but it's not a scary situation. You go to there are some shows you wouldn't bring your kids to. You know what I'm saying? And I feel perfectly fine bringing my kids to your show and
All are
in a
welcome.
bar. All are welcome.
The
It
show
was
is fine,
awesome.
but Charlottesville at night.
Yeah, that was the exciting part. No, Charlottesville at night can be an interesting scene, but so
can Harrisonburg.
Yeah, so can
Oh my
Harrisonburg.
gosh,
Yeah.
there's so many weird things happen in this
Any
town.
place at night, right?
Yeah. Anyways, you guys don't phone it in. You guys are good. You guys have good energy, great energy on.
Well, we're lucky to be musicians first. Musicians, but friends first, and
That's awesome.
Yeah, and yeah.
At this moment in time, it's important that I give love to Jesse Stover. How long has he been with you?
Yeah,
guys?
no doubt.
Oh boy, I don't know. Well over 10 years.
Yay! That's awesome.
Yeah.
I just saw
Fantastic.
him the other night. At,
Yep, and he'll be back again Saturday night. For
We
the Cody
definitely need
Norris
to get
show.
him here on the
Yeah,
Oh, I know.
It's inevitable.
Alright,
Yeah,
great.
yeah, it's inevitable. That's what he told us. I said, "Do you want to be
It's
on the
inevitable.
podcast?" He goes, "It's inevitable."
Fantastic.
the most Jesse Stover thing to say
Yeah.
ever.
Oh yeah.
He might
It's
have
inevitable.
some things to say about the sound. I don't know.
Well, he told me a story, and I don't know if he does it anymore, but he said for the longest time, when your show would end, he would play Wildflowers by Tom Petty
Yeah.
as his own little, this is how I want the audience, it was as the leaving music.
It's a
you know?
vibe. Yeah.
As a
yeah.
vibe.
Yeah.
And I just love that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a huge Tom Petty
Oh, yeah.
fan.
Who
so,
isn't?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
So that was, I was good job, Jesse. Well played. Well played.
It's a
So
palate cleanser.
what about you? When you go see a band, who are you looking for? What are you looking for? Do you get a chance to see much music?
Not as much as
Right.
I'd like to. It's when you're out touring, and it can be hard to get yourself out of the house
Right.
once you're home.
Right.
But
Yep,
the
yep.
really nice thing is that we're playing a bunch of festivals this year. And so that's a great time to get out and see other bands. We're playing Del Fest this year for the first time. I saw Del
Huge.
McCurry last year at a different festival. And 85, I think he just turned 86 a couple days ago. And man, that guy is still just bringing it. It's
Right.
the energy,
cool.
the music. It's so great. Another recent band I saw, Andrew Marlin. A little more towards the traditional side of bluegrass. But man, just what amazing pickers and just like ultimate attention to every note. And I love that.
Just given your status in this area, do you ever consider going to or have you ever been to the Restless Moons? They have a old time jam, and then Marinos has an old time jam as well. Have you ever popped in?
Yeah, I've been
And-
to Restless Moons a few times. It's
Have you?
great. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
a lot of fun.
I can see you being a total whoa. I would just know because you're really good.
Old time jams are so great because there's not even any soloing. It's just everybody
Yeah.
jump in and
Yeah.
if you know the tune,
You have
you're
to memorize
playing.
so many.
Yeah.
So much.
10 people show up, 10
Do you
people
do that?
leave.
Do you memorize the old time tunes?
Do I plays them?
Yeah.
I play a few.
Yeah.
She's being modest. She's She's been. How many Red Wing Academies have you been to? Probably 9, 8.
One less than there are. That's all.
One less than there are.
She was only 4 when it started.
Oh,
A
okay.
bit passive aggressive about that one.
You're too young to know what that word means.
It's how we survive, Jay. It's how the women
Me
get
on my
by.
toes. Yeah.
We need it.
What's the first song you remember hearing and when you were little that inspired you to want to do this kind of thing?
Well, I started taking Suzuki classical lessons when I was 5. So
I'm saying, well, past that, there's like the kind of things you're playing now.
But even from the very beginning, the Suzuki was great and was taught some great fundamentals. But I really wanted to learn fiddle tunes. I don't even know where I first even heard of what a fiddle tune was, but I always had teachers that would let me play Orange Blossom Special or some of these just old classic fiddle tunes, and I'd try to play them
the Suzuki
just
teachers
as fast as possible. Oh yeah. No, I had great teachers, and then in high school just started playing with different bluegrass bands and.
So Mariana is she played in the orchestra in high school, and then she actually went to JMU to be in the orchestra. So she was a violinist.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So when I was like, we're gonna play this music, and she's like, I don't know anything about old time music, and I got a book of old time music, and I was like, oh, this one says the 8th of January. Oh, I actually know the words of this because it's 1814, and so she said, all right, I guess I can learn that, and she sat there and plays it, and I remember that being like, you can tell she's a violinist trying to play the fiddle. You are a fiddle player. You are a fiddle player.
I've fallen off the wagon. You know what though? I've been, since Lydia's learning like beautiful classical music right now, Vivaldi and Bach. Bach.
Yeah. He even said it with the back of the throat.
Right. And those are just amazing to pick up and play, and some of those Bach gavottes are just so brilliant to like try to get your fingers around, and so even a fiddle player can occasionally play a Bach gavotte.
Even a fiddle
player.
I tell you what I like about your band and the individuals in your band is that when people talk about you, you are a well-respected group, and I mean that like not just as musicians, but as people, and I just want to tell you that personally. I think that's awesome. You guys really come out, do I don't know, you just do wonderful things for the community that you surround yourself around. It's beautiful.
It doesn't do you any good in the long run. It doesn't do you any good to burn any bridges in the industry we're in. So we try to.
Yeah, no, it's very cool. Yeah. It's and much appreciated.
Oh well, we're so grateful for the community. Harrisonburg and beyond, and the festival and the community that's grown up around Red Wing Roots. Just incredible group of people. So many, people that join in, volunteer, help make it what it is. So it's really become, it's our home. Harrisonburg is where we started. We have guys that live all over the place now, Nashville, Brooklyn, Ann Arbor, but we still really have deep ties and deep roots here in Harrisonburg.
Yeah, you and Trent, you're here.
That's
awesome.
Yep.
Well, I thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Is there anything that we missed?
I know. Did we miss anything?
I think we
launched Patreon. Everybody go sign up for the Red Wing Academy.
Yes.
If you've got a child, it's amazing. I can tell you from my own experience.
What time of year is that?
June. So the festival is June. Oh boy.
Yeah, end of June?
June-ish.
Or 21 something.
Yeah.
And so the Red Wing Academy is the week leading up to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna put links in the notes.
Let's put some links.
Yeah.
Let's do the links.
Yeah.
February 21st, bingo at Broad Porch for supporting SPCA.
Oh, nice.
What?
Bingo.
February
Bingo.
21st?
I just saw the poster. Bingo. I think it's February 21st.
That's a Friday.
Broad Porch, coffee on the court square. They're having bingo for the SPCA.
Oh, awesome. Very good.
All right. I'm sorry. One more plug for my band.
Yeah,
Because you said
bring it.
SPCA.
Yeah.
That's great.
Oh, there you go.
They're closing.
Now they're closing.
That's all right.
February 22nd, we're going to play here in Harrisonburg. So
Oh, wow.
Where?
Yeah, we're going to be at JMU at the we have a
Oh,
third
course.
annual
Yes.
Winter Roots program. So
Yes.
we have an opening band, Driftwood, which is just amazing. But yeah, we'll be right on
What building?
the building.
Wilson Hall?
Yeah, Wilson Hall.
The-
Yeah, thank you.
The
Yeah.
building.
Right up
Meets
at the top of the
facts.
quad.
Yeah.
The one with the ghost.
That's right. That's right.
All right, everybody go see the Steel Wheels. They're playing the 22nd February.
And then,
it's happening.
And then tickets are available for Red Wing.
Tickets are
Oh, yeah.
available right
Yep.
now.
Right.
Yeah.
Get them soon. They always sell.
They
these things
always sell out. So,
Get 'em-
and this
get 'em on the
lineup
hunt.
looks fantastic. Although it is missing Dr. Howe, but we'll let it slide. this year.
Ooh,
We'll let
there
it
you go.
slide.
Yeah.
Jeremiah.
We'll get him on here too.
Oh yeah.
Explain yourself.
He's like, no. He's like, no. I don't have to come on here.
Yeah, that's right. That's,
Join us next week
Okay.
when our guest will be the ghost from Wilson Hall.
It's too bad because there's very few opportunities to see Dr. Howe in this town.
so many.
Wait, I think there's one on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's Basement Rebellion.
That's Basement Rebellion.
It's a
Yeah.
spin-off. Spin-off
All right,
band.
guys. Is the music
Is
playing?
the music playing? Andre Valenzuela's.
Yes, it is. It is playing.
The top bass player in all of Brazil playing on our little podcast song. Once again, Dan, I forgot to shout out Dan Easley. Get well soon or get
Yep.
better. Get back onto the show. We would like to thank our guests, the Brubakers, big and small.
And hello, Grayson.
And
Hello,
hello, Grayson. Sponsored, of course, by Ruby's Arcade in scenic downtown Harrisonburg. Come down here every Tuesday night at 7:30 for Bingo is Life, a crazy game show that will wear you out and get you some pizza in your
There you
stomach.
go.
That's right.
And you can listen to this craziness anytime you want to on the internets. Bingo is Life. See you next week, kids.
Bye. Bingo is Life, a post-bingo Harrisonburg podcast, is brought to you by the Brothers How to Show and our friends at Ruby's Arcade in downtown Harrisonburg, Virginia. If you've enjoyed the show and feel it's worth spreading a little joy in this world, please tell just one person that you like this podcast. Word of mouth, more than any other form of promotion, is how creative works get noticed and sustain themselves. Thank you, Andrew Hickey, for that bit of wisdom, and thank you, listeners, for being part of the fun.